Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be playing against Forte here, who is a fellow TCG YouTuber. You guys probably know them as well, because they recently hit 10,000 subscribers, so make sure to congratulate them. And the link to their POV will be down in the description below, so make sure to check that out too. So anyway, we are playing well, I say best of 3, but actually we just decided to play 3 games because I only have 3 decks in my casket of tomes. So this is the first game. I'm using Life Sentence versus Finale. So the idea of my deck here is just to... It's not actually to do damage at all, it's just to survive as long as possible, because that's what my deck does. And the reason it's called Life Sentence is because you and your opponent are going to be here for the rest of your lives. Like seriously. So here I just spent 3 dice switching back and forth because I wanted to end my round on Barbara, and I had to make sure that I end my round last. That way, Fishel's Oz will hit Barbara, and then Barbara's summon will cleanse Electro off of her, so that I'm left with just Dendro and Layla now. So in order to minimize the damage taken with this deck, what you have to do is use Barbara's summon and Xingqiu's skill and his burst to keep cleansing elements off of your characters, so they can't deal any elemental reactions at all. Now Dendro is a bit harder to work around because if you cleanse Dendro, they just get Bloom. But it's better than letting them trigger Bloom themselves, or even letting them trigger Birding or Quicken. So even if it's Dendro, just cleanse it. Here I switched to Xingqiu so that Linny doesn't trigger Burn instantly. But unfortunately they had Liar Song already, so they could trigger Burn here. But that's okay, I'm just going to shield up with Layla. Oh, actually I pulled Tenacity, so I don't shield up yet. Just do a bit of healing up. And I'll just let the summons overload me. Oh, no. Actually, I don't let them overload me. So I ended my round first. So my summon went first, and then Oz triggered Electro Charge. But now this way I don't get overloaded. So now I just heal up Layla a bit first, and I use her shield. It's alright to stay on Layla here because she has Pyro on her and they are using Linny right now, so they can't deal any elemental reactions. Unless they have fast action switch, but if they do, then it's not like I can avoid it anyway. Now I switched to Xingqiu because he does have Tenacity of the Millelith. But first I cleanse the Pyro off of him so that Nahida can trigger Burning. And now I could have used my last die to switch to Layla so that the Grim Malkin hat doesn't trigger Burning on Xingqiu. But there's no point because if I switch to her, they'll end their round first, and then Layla will be out in the open for Nahida to hit next round. Here I switched to Barbara to renew her summon because it's finally run out, and plus she has Dendro on her already, so Nahida won't be applying any more elements on my characters. And I also wanted to use Calx's Arts here to just heal up my characters almost back to full health. So as you can see, this is a really annoying deck to go up against, so much so that I decided I might as well just use it. If you can't beat them, join them, right? Since Finale is running rampant these days, if you guys are getting tired of losing to Finale, you can try using this deck because it just has so much survivability that you can beat Finale pretty consistently. But if you face Yanfei OTK, you'll just die because they're just going to pull out a ton of dice and then keep on electro charging you with the station and Yelan's burst, and you just die. You can't do anything against that. So now I switch to Xingqiu here, because I don't want to let Fischl trigger any elemental reactions. And now I just use Xingqiu's skill to cleanse the Electro off of him, because there's a chance they have fast action switch and they could switch to Nahida or Lini to trigger some reactions. So it's better to just cleanse the element right away. Here I have no way of... okay, I do have a way of avoiding a reaction, which is by ending my round first and letting Barbara summon Cleanse Dendro off of Xingqiu, but it does grant them a Dendro core, so Oz does deal +2 damage there. So as I said, it is a bit harder to cleanse Dendro. Yeah, I don't have to switch or anything for Nahida because I can just straight away kill her. That works. And also I cleanse Electro off of Xingqiu at the same time, so Lini can't overload him. Now they use Fischl's burst. And then I just use a skill here because I wanted to cleanse the element again, and also Nightstar would freeze Fischl for me. Now they use fast action switch to Lini. Hash Brown up. And I believe they use the prop arrow here. Yeah. Now since I have 3 cryo dice, I just switch to Layla. Layla and Xingqiu both have pyro on them anyway. And then I shield up just to tank the overload reaction from Oz. Now this does allow the Grim Malkin head to trigger burning on Barbara as well, but at this point it's fine because if they kill Barbara here, or even if they don't, whatever they do basically, my next attack is a guaranteed freeze since I already have 3 Nightstar stacks. So it doesn't matter if they kill Barbara here or whatever they do, I'll just freeze Lini, and then that's it basically. Here I believe Bewildering Lights is enough to take out Barbara. They even equip Gamblers as well for it. But that's okay, like I said. So I'll just put out Xingqiu, use a normal attack, deal a ton of damage and freeze Lini. And this is basically GG. Now they do have another fast action to overload Xingqiu. I use a Friday on Barbara because I'm a terrible person, and just normal attack again, deal some more damage.
Once again. Chivalry will never die.
Then I switch back to Xingqiu because if I stayed on Layla, she would get overloaded off and Barbara would come out, and then Lini can kill Barbara again. Of course, it's still completely winning for me, but I might as well play it more optimally if I can.
Let's get this show on the road.
And now here I can just use Layla's burst, normal attack to finish off the game.
Stars, shine for me.
My show mustn't fail.
Now for the second game, I'm using Shenhe SC versus Shenimo, but with Dvalin instead. So the idea is pretty simple. They want to apply cryo using Shenhe, and then soul a ton using the
The
Valin.
campaign begins.
So the Valin's 5 dice skill would deal 3 souls if they manage to get the ideal situation for it. And that would deal a ton of damage to me. So my plan here is to stay on Raiden for as long as possible, so that I can use Joyous Celebration to cleanse the cryo off of my characters.
Obey!
Of course, I'm not gonna use it yet because it's not like they're going to switch to the Valin yet.
Shine down.
It's better to wait until the Valin actually uses the 5 dice skill first. So like he uses the first hit of it, and then only I use Joyous, because then they can't stop the other 2 hits, so the other 2 hits will be wasted. If I just used it before the Valin used the skill at all, then they would just wait until they have another opportunity to use it to soul. At least that's what I said, but I used it here, and that's
Inazuma shines eternal.
basically my mistake in this game. I used it way too early, and against Lynette no less. So now they're just going to go back to Shenhe, of course, and use Shenhe's ult.
Do your master's bidding!
And now with Shenhe's burst on the field, and they still have a lot of dice, enough for the Valin's 5 dice skill, I'm gonna get destroyed. And to make matters worse, I bursted here, so I can't actually switch off of Shenhe. And of course they do have another die. I mean, they are using double Anemo. It's not too rare to have a woven die in your hand. And I'm just gonna get destroyed by the souls, as you can see. Oh my god. And all of my HP is just gone. And so is Shenhe.
No escape!
Now amazingly, despite getting completely destroyed by that 5 dice skill, I actually managed to hang on for quite a bit more here. Which kinda goes to show how strong this Shenhe SC deck is, perhaps. Maybe it's just my bias, I don't know. I mean, I also get to use both Opera Epic classes in this game. Usually I don't. I heal up Raiden here so she doesn't get one-shotted by Shenhe, and I just normal attack again. It's not much else I can do.
Unleash!
And then now, instead of attacking again, I just decide to heal up Chongyun using a Hash Brown and also Voru Kasha's Glow. So now my summons will deal a ton of damage. And unfortunately they do heal the Valin here, so he doesn't die to the summons. And with 3 characters left, and my inability to use Fresh Wind of Freedom since I already used an Arcane card, this is pretty much game over. Unless I get a Lotus here, but I don't. With the Lotus, maybe I could have hung on for a bit longer, but I didn't get it. So yes, in this game, I just used Joyous way too early. Like I said, I should have waited for the Valin to at least use the first hit of his 5 dice skill first.
After all that training.
Now for the third game, I'm using Yanfei OTK versus Lenny, Station and Aztaha. Different kind of Aztaha magic deck. So usually I want to start on Yelan in this OTK deck, but against a deck like theirs which has Lenny and Station, so that's a guaranteed overload, I can't afford to start on Yelan, so I have to start on Sinora instead. So of course I'm just gonna start with a Heart of Kavarina, then use the skill.
Smolders.
And I'll switch to the Station here, tune 2 cards, and then use his, is it a he? I don't know man. Use its skill as well. And now they will get Sinora down to 2 HP, so she will lose her revival next round. But it's kinda... I can't really prevent it, because otherwise that would be Yelan on 2 HP, which is worse. Or maybe it's better. You know what, I have no idea. All I know is, next round I'm just going to one-shot Linny, using the station. Yay, station OP. Unfortunately, I didn't have gamblers to go with that. So maybe it's not the best option? Who knows? Here of course they will overload me off of the station. They don't want to let me burst, of course. So I'll just use Sinora, use her skill, so that next round maybe I can vaporize or overload their station as well. Unfortunately, their burst is actually going to cost me a lot because the lightning rod is on my station, so their summon is going to KO my station at the end, in the end phase. So I'll just be stuck with Yelan, and that's it. I can't do anything with a 10 HP Yelan. I would actually KO my station here as well, so the summon will hit Yelan instead. I guess it is a bit unfortunate. I wasn't able to get my draw cards, and I couldn't get Gilded Dreams, Liar Song, those things. Now I do get a Sealy, but it's kinda too late for that. At the end of the day, Yelan OTK is a combo deck, so it kinda gets... It's not very favorable against an aggro deck like this. Now you can just see Azlaha stomp on Yelan. And that's GG.